What's up? I'm Hugz. That's Sam. Welcome. Welcome to Hugz and Sam. Today we're jumping into Avatar: The Last Airbender, Season 3, Episode 6. Whilst we left off.
Yeah, freaking third
Some dude
eye
shooting
guy,
fireworks.
laser metal man.
It wasn't even necessarily even like it was, but it was like a laser fireworks show.
It was like a
'Cause it
Roman
would, like,
candle.
it kind of was. But he was super powerful with it. I've never seen somebody blow up like part of a mountain with a Roman candle before.
Yeah.
But he just walked up and they would like, Aang even chopped off part of whatever those things are, the like giant rock formation, threw it at him and just boom, blew it up like nothing. Like it was super easy. Doesn't talk.
Yeah.
Not very talkative man.
Yeah.
Also very heavy. He's got some heavy metal. And just like going at like super powerful.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how the eye thing works. Because normally when we see bending, it's just like everybody does like some hand gesture.
Exactly.
Like it's pretty common.
Yeah.
You know, the different gestures, but it's pretty common across all the nations to just be like,
yeah.
here's something.
Unless he's like a firebender and he's like.
But it's like mentally. Like it's.
Yeah. That's what makes it weird. But it's like, is it firebending? Because it's like gunpowder almost. Like explosions.
It's like a beam.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's super
really
crazy. Not entirely sure, like... Cause also, he grabbed the raven that was supposed to go to the Fire Nation. So it was like, he also know that Zuko's like trying to hide from his dad that the Avatar's alive. Because I remember him saying the Avatar's alive, go and find him.
Yeah.
But like... He kind of like intercepted that message to the Fire Nation.
He may have been keeping an eye on the Avatar, saw the guys see him, and
didn't want somebody else to come get him because he was the one that was signed
he
up
might
to
have
come
been
grab
like
him.
watching all that go down.
Yeah, we also had a really cool moment between the 4 characters of the Fire Nation that we have, kind of showing them as kids, like just having a normal vacation at the beach or as normal as they can be, you know, going to a party, crashing a party, and had a lot of character growth.
Crashing the party.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they had a lot of growth throughout there. We got to see some of their individual character development and like some background between them. So that was really cool. We've had a few episodes with Aang, or what was it, the Avatar, Team Avatar, or whatever he was calling it. For the last few episodes with the Painted Lady and then Sokka, you know, learning swordplay through his master. And it's like we had these cool little moments for each one of them. Now to actually have it on the other side, I love the balance. I love that it's not just always focused on Aang and Katara, Sokka, and Toph. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's not always focused around the quote unquote good guys. Because I talk about this in a lot of shows. I haven't talked about it as much in the show. Is I love gray areas. It's not a good team versus a bad team.
Yeah.
It's like dependent on perspectives, especially the way they do it in the show where they showed the Fire Nation not even truly knowing that they had attacked the air nomads or like ambushed them. You know what I mean? It's just kind of cool to see how they manage that in the show.
Right. Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. So let's go ahead and jump into it, see what's going on.
I was totally about to say, are they
crap.
brothers? Like, whenever we were
Holy
finding out,
crap.
like, that they're, like, close and stuff.
Well, you thought they were the same person even at one point.
At one point, I thought they were the same, and then when we saw them, like, playing, I thought that they were, I was going to say, are they brothers?
Holy guacamole.
Oh, my God. But it was, like, that headpiece that had me confused. I was like, why is he wearing his headpiece? But then it makes sense.
Damn. Biggest top 10 anime betrayals.
Yeah.
Like,
I freaking love that
crap.
so much. You don't have just one great grandpa.
Well, yeah, first the Sozin thing was like savage.
Yeah.
Where he just leaves him to die on the freaking volcano.
Yeah.
And then how it immediately goes into Aang being
I
born,
totally
like,
thought
that
he was going to
cool.
like, yeah, that was cute.
That was
it was
so
like
cool.
Death. Oh my God, and the dragon freaking wrapping around. Oh my gosh. That's like, that's so like amazing. Like that dragon just totally like sacrificed its life with him, you know? That's like that bond, you know, that like Appa and Aang have.
I'm just like, this was such a great episode. Rarely ever in this show. Like, think of all of like the huge moments that have happened in the show, and 9 times out of 10, I normally call it before it happens, like in that episode or like a couple episodes prior. Like, it's not really super like, I don't know the word to say, like predictable, I guess. But like, it follows a certain logic that I assume it's gonna go. Never would I have thought that Zuko was related to Roku.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like, I don't know. Well,
holy crap-a-roni.
Definitely not Zuko and Roku. Whenever they were talking about Roku and the great-grandpa, the dad's on the dad's side, both great-grandpas. What's his name? They said it like so many. Sozin. Okay, that name gets confusing. Sozin and Roku, whenever they like were showing them, like, of course, like the headpiece made me like really confused. I was like, are they the same person? There's no way. Like, the names wouldn't be that different. Like, you know. But then whenever they showed them, I was like, are they brothers? Because like they seemed really close. They kind of looked alike, and even in their older age, they looked alike. Like the one statue looked a lot like what we've seen of Roku. So it was just kind of like, what is this? You know.
So it was Sozin's grandson and Roku's granddaughter that got married. Okay. You know what makes that like super sad? Is like they're like best friends. Think of had their relationship like stayed good. How cool that would have been. To be like, our grandkids are getting married, like our families are together. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a sappy person when it comes to stuff like that, but like that just seems like
I wonder if
so
they
cool.
I wonder if they were like alive to see them get married.
I don't know, because you would think Zuko is roughly the same age as like Aang, like a little older. Well, no, because Aang was born forever, so that would have been a long time. Because Aang was frozen for 100 years. So how long?
112 years. So
yeah, but you think from a great grandfather down, that seems like a lot of time.
Yeah. Like
people were having kids old.
Yeah.
Seems like it.
No.
Well, figure if
in their 30s, mid-30s.
That's pretty old.
Not really.
From just the way that I think about it, but like, even then, that's still like, yeah, that's a pretty. You would think royalty would have kids like young, like as soon as they get married. Like, that's just how I would look at it, because you think about like moving on the generations through royalty or whatever. Plus, well, Roku was pretty old when he got married.
I don't know how old he was.
Well, we saw them like it was after he traveled the whole world and like did his
Avatar thing. He
still
looked pretty young, but
I don't know. I thought he looked kind of old. But anyway, I'm trying to think of like what the timeline would be for that. I don't even know.
Like, were they aware that their great grandkids got married and?
What would be their grandkids? Zuko's the great grandkids.
Their grandkids got married. Yeah. I mean, they had to have known. Surely.
I don't know how long Sozin lived after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because like he was older, like pretty old.
They were old as hell when he died. When Roku died, they looked super old.
Yeah.
And then Sozin lived for a while after that to do a damn war, and at least 12 years. He lived at least 12 years after that.
Yeah. Because
Aang was born the day that Roku died, and he was searching for him while he was frozen. So that's probably more than 12 years.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're thinking too much about all this.
Well, it's interesting. It's history. It's like they talk about, have you ever listened to your history classes? This is, again, I brought Ruby in the last episode as well, but they used to have these videos that are like World of Remnant videos. I bring this up in a lot of series because the reason I enjoyed it so much is they used to be these like short outtake videos that would just give you more depth of the world, like major moments in history, or like how different wars started or things like that. And I love episodes like this because it gives us so much more background to the world. It doesn't necessarily like, I don't know, it does drive the story forward in this instance. Some of the other ones don't, like the Painted Lady and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I loved that episode.
Yeah, but I love getting additional information about the world we're in. You know what I mean? Because you get immersed into not just the characters, but this entire setting, this entire world and its history. I would love more deep dives into other avatars.
Yeah.
Doubt we'll get that, but it is something that I would be interested in. I think that type of stuff is cool. So seeing how, Roku and Sozin came up, how Roku developed into the avatar that he became, the fact that he was friends, with what's his name? Gyatso. Yeah. And it's like the fact that he was friends with him and did all this stuff. I'm wondering, like, who was his mentor in the Earth Kingdom? Who was his mentor in the Water Tribe? Like, is that the dude that was training, whoever else?
Did he train the master of that one that taught Katara?
That taught Katara. Like, how does the lineage match in these different places? Like, how is this person attached? Especially after learning that he's a direct... that Zuko's a direct descendant of Roku. Yeah. I'm like, all right, piece in all these other parts of the puzzle for me. Like,
but I think it's cool though, like how Ara like brought this to his attention. That way he can see, like, this is the confusion that you have in your head is like you have a good and bad, like in your blood, like
Yep. Then also, like, his mom's never been confirmed dead, right? She was just gone.
She was just gone.
See, because I've been waiting for the moment that she comes back. I've always thought she was going to come back at some point.
Did she know that the secret of her grandpa?
Well, I thought, like, potentially she could have been the one who left the scroll instead of Iroh. But
yeah.
I don't know.
That would be good.
I don't know.
That would be good.
Holy crap-a-roni and cheese, though.
But I think Iroh for sure did because he, like...
The way he talked
answered
about it.
Yeah.
Who knows? He could be in concert with the mom. The mom could be secretly coming in there and talking to Iroh, because you'd think, like, they would have a better relationship because he's not a crazy person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is really, like, it's kind of punny because it's the Fire Nation, but things are heating up. Like, it's getting crazy. And I can't imagine. We only have 15 episodes left in the whole show.
I don't want it to be
15
over.
or 16. Well, we're going into Korra. Originally, we did Avatar for a few reasons. People wanted us to watch Korra, and I was like, well, I want to watch Avatar first. I'd seen episodes here and there. It wasn't a show like I'd watched along, but like if it was on TV. My dad was actually a huge fan of Avatar. This was one of his all-time favorite shows, and so I'd always kind of wanted to watch it to appreciate it for that reason. But it is crazy. I never thought when we started this show, it was like little kids, like, just kind of making jokes, and like I just did not expect it to become what it has become.
Yeah, it's because like they've become like older, and it's like just more serious. Like what they're doing. It's
like an age is just maturity.
Yeah.
And like depth of story. Damn. It's a freaking Nickelodeon show. Like I wouldn't have, like, I mean that's a sneak diss on Nickelodeon, but I'm like, I never would have been like, oh, I'm gonna check out some shows on Nickelodeon, for
that
drama.
Legends of the Hidden Temple, I still get some nightmares over that crap.
You know what? Real quick,
that's some intense stuff.
Some Hugz trivia. Legends of the Hidden Temple has legitimately messed me up for my entire life, from my childhood, because people jumping out of like random rooms and stuff. Throughout being a kid and even being an adult, like if I go to like take out the trash or like do something at night when I'm by myself, I'm like looking around corners, because as a kid I was trained, if you go into like a weird place, people are gonna jump out and grab you. So it's like, shout out Nickelodeon. Yeah. Legends of the Temple, traumatizing children since, I don't know, in the 90s. When did it come out? All right.
Early 2000s.
Let us know what you thought in the comment section down below. Like it if you did, sub if you don't already. Shout out to our patrons watching the full and early reaction up on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. You really don't know how much it means. It means the world. We'll be back with more videos soon. We love you guys. Bye.